First of all, the headline here, everybody, is good news. If we take a look at exits, this, Jason, is a chart showing the exit value and number of deals of US venture-backed startups. And as you can see, the far right column is the most recent, and it is the largest since 2021. That means that we just had the best result of quarterly exits here in the US for VC-backed startups since essentially peak ZERP. And sure, we're not back to where I think people would want to be, and we're not near all-time highs, but steady progress over the last 3 or 4 quarters, I think, is a really positive sign. And to put this into numerical terms, Jason, the amount in dollars of VC-backed exit activity in Q2 was $67.7 billion, according to PitchBook. As always, I'm curious if this is going to be enough to actually shake things loose, or if this is kind of an amuse-bouche for LPs, but certainly a positive sign.
Yeah, it's definitely a positive sign. We had Superhuman, one of our portfolio companies, get bought by Grammarly last week. You did a great interview with a special guest. And so I think we're going to continue to see more and more of these kind of exits on a regular basis. Companies, I guess Superhuman was reportedly 30, 40 million in annual revenue. Those kind of companies, maybe they don't want to keep going and they're not ready for an IPO yet. They need to maybe 10x revenue from there. But if somebody wants to put 5 of those things together and then double the revenue in a year or 2, well, then you got an IPO there. So, there's going to be a lot of singles and doubles. Singles and doubles make the world go round. And this is fantastic for the industry as well as the IPOs we've seen.
So the IPOs is the interesting thing, because I think we've been talking more about IPOs this year than we did last year. But at the same time, according to Kyle Stanford, a PitchBook analyst that I've known for a long time, he says that public listings remain on track for the fewest completed in any year over the past decade. So even though we've seen Chime, even though we've seen CoreWeave, even though we've seen Circle, also eToro was in there earlier this year, and we're looking forward to Figma for sure, it's just not quite the volume that we all wanted to see. So here's hoping that that changes in the back half of the year. But if we're doing this well, Jason, without IPOs, my read is that Nixon, doubled the IPO cadence, and we're going to have a rollicking back half of 2025, and then everyone can calm down, relax, and stop worrying about exits.
The number of people who filed for exits is tremendous. So we're seeing the strongest ones with the best stories, I think, go out first. Circle, Chime, eToro, and CoreWeave. Those all have really good stories, either crypto with new crypto regulation, or AI and the AI infrastructure boom, or FinTech, which again is related to regulations, I think, as well. So that's really good for the industry. Now, business software would be really good to see some business software companies come out as well, maybe at some point. And we'll see, or consumer tech, maybe, but Stripe is obviously sitting there in the wings. That would be the big one. SpaceX, I don't expect those to come out anytime soon, but everybody else, yeah, maybe we'll see some more. And perfect time for a fintech company to go out after what we saw with Chime and Circle. Robinhood has had an incredible run.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. Like I've said on the show before, I've never sold a share of the company, and then I keep looking at my portfolio, and I don't know what it's at today, but it had broken $90 a share, I think. And
I think it's over 100. Let me double check.
Is it really? 92.
It did. Oh, sorry. It went like 90. No, yeah. $100.88 was the 52-week high. There, I wasn't wrong.
Yeah, it did at some point break $100.